A local technology expert says rapid changes in AI and social media are creating new risks online. Craig Tomanini is Ask Craig T LLC says many people feel overwhelmed by today's digital landscape. He joins us now with tips on how to stay informed and protected. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, Krista.
I feel like this is a conversation and a topic that people talk about but don't actually dive into, don't actually learn more. It's just kind of one of those conversations. But this is something that we are talking about today to inform the community about how important it is to kind of know what this is.
100%, yeah. You're right. People bring it up in conversation all the time, but they don't really talk about it. I think it's kind of like other things that start with a P. You know, no one wants to talk about it, but everyone knows it's there. And yeah, people need to be more aware. That's my goal today, is to bring more awareness to the topic. So
let's talk about this digital discernment and why it is becoming such an important conversation right now.
So I've been educating small business owners for about 7 years on how to use technology to grow their companies. I found that my biggest impacts have been in the classroom. When I'm in a classroom with an individual or a small group of business owners, this is where the conversation really gets deep. And what has immersed in the last year and a half or so in those forums has been this conversation about digital discernment, where people are like, okay, well, what's digital discernment? Well, discernment is being able to understand and evaluate an example of this or that, and which one is the right path. And I think that's the conversation that needs to happen with technology, and especially with things like AI. So I have the privilege of teaching in elementary school for K through 5, for little kids for technology, all the way to adults and seniors. But the pattern I've seen over the last year or so has been everybody has been a victim at some level. And so we need to be more aware of how to spot when there's an issue, something doesn't look right. I always tell people, if it doesn't look right, it's probably not right. If your gut is telling you something's off,
So my dad always said that if you feel something, it's probably
100%.
wrong.
And even if you're wrong in that reaction, you're probably still going to be better off than if you went and did the other thing, right?
Exactly.
So I really just wanted to try to bring that kind of I guess thought process, that mentality. So it's not always about book knowledge and education. It's about being, I tell my kids all the time, be situationally aware, right? Know what's around you, know what's going on. And the only way you can do that is to have your eyes open and to be present in the moment that you're at. And so when it comes to tech, we need to do that. We need to be more aware of what's going on around us. So when we're in our phones or we're on our iPads or whatever, there's constant information just bombarding us all the time. And unless you've got some kind of education, you're not going to know how to react to those things when they come up.
So who is this program designed for? Because you teach a lot of kids, but I mean, everybody uses technology these days.
So I would say it probably kind of started with business owners, but then with my elementary school teaching, it's obviously a lot more youth focused. I'm active in my church, and so you know, I've seen a growing need in the youth ministry there. But then the seniors are also so impacted. You know, our seniors in our community, they are getting taken advantage of. I read stories every day of people that are losing tens of thousands of dollars because of things through text baiting or, you know, things that they have popping up on their computer. So it's really for everybody. Digital discernment as a program really is to be consumed by an organization that has large groups of people. So a church, an assisted living community, schools, those are the peoples, those are the organizations I want to get this program in front of, and just tell them more about what's involved so we can get their communities up to speed on things.
What are some of the major concerns you're seeing right now?
I think the message is that you can't trust, and I don't like to say it like that, but you can't trust what you see online at face value anymore, if you ever really could, right?
That saying where it was like, you've been on the internet, can you trust
that? It's got to be true, it's on the internet, right?
Yes.
But I think the bigger part of that now is, if someone says that there's somebody like, this is a bad example, but if it's a good example, but a bad example. If you're a teenager and you're listening and watching, this probably has happened to you. You get a text message that says, hey, how are you doing? That's a text baiting kind of a thing. And you know, then you engage, and that's what they want. They want you to engage so that they can know that you're real and you're an active user, and then they can start doing what's called digital grooming. And the digital grooming is like, oh, Krista, I saw pictures of you. You're so beautiful. Your hair is so nice, and they start to love bomb you. And then they start to give you things like, and I won't mention a specific platform, but you'll get like, you know, bucks on a gift card or something like that. And so now they've developed this really quick rapport with you, and you trust them. And then they slip something in and say, don't tell your mom or dad that we had this conversation, because they wouldn't understand our relationship, our friendship. And it's very manipulative and psychological. And so I think that that's really the crux of all of this is that's what it looks like in practicality. And what I want to combat is don't trust who that person says they are. Social media is probably one of the biggest culprits. And I love social media. I use it all the time.
All right, Craig, we got to wrap up really quickly, but before we do, you got to tell us about this book and where people can go and find it.
So I'm a published author. I just released my latest book. It's called Navigating Faith and Technology. I believe that the Bible has a lot to say about how we interact with the world in general, and that's true of technology. I couldn't find anything out there that existed, so I wrote one. And it's a great book. It just came out. It's available on Amazon. It's on my website. You can grab a copy there, but it's not for book sales. Again, it's for awareness.
Well, Craig, thank you so much for coming on our show today, sharing a little bit more about how we need to get this conversation started. Not just bring it up, but actually learn a bit and actually do something about it.
Absolutely.
And you're the perfect person to do that with. Thank you so much, Craig.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
For more information, visit thetechnologybusinesscoach.com. And this segment has been made possible thanks to Ask Craig T, LLC, and Technology Business Coach.